today I have an itch scratching idea to teach you how to make my favorite lunch that I make every single freaking day. So that's what I'm gonna do. First, the ingredients that you'll need are eggs, bread, I'm using gluten-free bread, cheddar cheese, and butter. So what I do is I take a pan, and I stick it on the stovetop and I heat it up to 7 because I like that boy hot so that it cooks fast. Then what I do is I crack 2 eggs into the pan. I wonder if I can do the one hand crack thing. I want to try. No. Oh no! Oh no. Well, I already broke my yolk for that one, which defeats the purpose of making this. Then what I'm gonna let that do is just cook until it's mostly white, but there's still a little bit of the slimy slime on top. You know what I'm talking about? Like over easy eggs, how they're still like a little slimy. Let it cook until it's like that. And while they're cooking, I'm gonna take my bread. And I'm gonna stick 2 pieces in the toaster and toast them so they're just toasty enough to be like hard, but not like brown or anything. You know what I mean? I don't even know what I mean. Then we wait. So today when I went to Starbucks, the barista that I was talking about in another video who goes to the same boxing gym as me, she was there, and I ordered my drink online because whenever I go through the drive-thru, it seems like they jack it up. So I ordered it online, I walked in to pick it up, it was correct. She said hi to me, and Starbucks has this new blonde espresso. And yes, I realize I say espresso sometimes. I get it, I say espresso because one, you know what? It's a bad habit, okay? But I'm trying to break it. Espresso, okay? I got it, okay? I got it. That's for you. All of you people saying I pronounce it wrong. Espresso. Got it. Anyways, they have this new blonde espresso. And they had cups out that said samples. And it was the blonde espresso. And I asked my friend, worker, barista, I was like, oh, are these samples? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, can I have one? She's like, yeah. So I was holding one and I was talking to her about it. I was like, hey, do you like it? Blah, blah, blah. She's like, man, it's a little too light for me. It doesn't really taste like coffee. It would be good for people who don't really like the coffee taste. And I was like, well, I like the coffee taste, blah, blah, blah. And then this other worker came up and she said,
actually, those are mine.
And she took all of the samples from in front of me and walked away. And I was just like, my bad. And then I just stood there for a second like, what? And then my friend barista, she walked away, so I was just like, okay. So I just took my coffee and I walked out of the store because I was so confused. But you know what? I didn't want to try your weak ass espresso. Anyways, Starbucks, yeah, I said it, espresso. It's time to flip the eggs. So when they're still a little bit goopy on top, that's when I flip them for a second. Literally just a second. Then after that, take them, stick them on the plate, turn off the stove. Then I'm gonna take out my bread. See how I timed that perfectly? Yeah, you saw. Then you just wanna butter your bread. Also, when I went to Starbucks this morning, my friend barista, when I walked in, she was like, "Oh, I like your hat." And my first reaction, for some reason, was to say, "Thanks, it's because my hair is greasy." Why did I say that? Like, she didn't need to know that. She was just complimenting my hat. Like, why didn't I just say thanks? Why did I have to tell her it's because my hair is greasy? Like, I don't understand why I do these things. Like, why did I feel the need to say that? Like, there is no point. I think it's just because I'm extremely awkward in person, especially around people I don't know that well. Like, I think I just have, like, word vomit. Like, just things come out of my mouth that, like, just don't need to be said. Anywho, after you butter your bread, you're gonna take your cheddar cheese. Usually I use, like, the little, like, squares, but I ran out of those because if you saw in my last video, I accidentally melted them on the stovetop. So I'm just gonna take this cheese and stick it on one of the pieces with, like, the butter side up. Then after you've done that, what you want to do is you want to take your eggs and stick them on top of the cheese and kind of press it down for a minute so that, like, it kind of melts the cheese a little bit. Then stick the other piece of bread on top with the butter side up. And I like to just kind of press it all down. I don't know why. I guess that's not important. And then, voila! It's done. It's that simple. Look at this baby. I mean, she looks kind of gross, but she's good. I promise. A little ASMR for you. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you for some reason liked this, make sure to give it a thumbs up and actually try this at home. It's pretty good. If you try this at home, leave me a comment telling me if it's good or not, or tweet me a picture at AYYEE, it's Casey, and I'll retweet you. Now I'm gonna go eat. And that's all. Bye!